Since Minecraft's release back in 2009, players have cracked open the game far and wide, discovering countless interesting glitches, with some being simple visual bugs, and others absolutely shattering the limits of the game. By far the most extreme glitch inside of the game lies at the very edge, with this being the Farlands. Minecraft's Farlands are a unique terrain generation bug that occurs when a player travels 12.5 million blocks or more. When generating a Minecraft world, the computer calculates a bunch of random numbers. However, when the game reaches coordinates with a massive number that is too much for the computer to handle, the Farlands glitch occurs. When a player reaches the Farlands, the terrain becomes increasingly distorted and unstable, with bizarre and unusual terrain formations appearing. Players might encounter towering mountains, floating chunks of land, and deep canyons that seemingly go on forever. Now, getting to the Farlands is not an easy feat. To put things into perspective, if you were to walk 24 hours a day non-stop, it would take approximately 4 weeks and 6 days of continuous walking to reach the Farlands. Now, of course, you can teleport there with a single command, but that's not fun, is it? It seems that a YouTuber by the name of Kilo Crazy Man agreed, as he actually ventured out to the Farlands on a vanilla Minecraft world in survival mode, a challenge that took him a whopping 372-hour-long streams to get there. Due to extreme lag and ghost blocks, the Farlands can be a dangerous place for players to explore, with the unstable and unpredictable terrain. Players might find themselves falling into the void or getting stuck in the terrain. Most people don't know, however, that there's actually an even more extreme variation of the Farlands that presents itself once a player reaches deep into the Farlands after 1 billion blocks, called the Fartherlands. It is way more stretched out than the regular Farlands and even deadlier for players. Unfortunately, the Farlands have been patched since 1.7.2, and if you travel to the Farlands after beta 1.8, you'll be met with the famous world border. Still, many players have traveled to the world border just to take a glimpse, such as the famous 2b2t expedition, and one of the fastest ways to do so is through the Nether, as traveling 1 block in the Nether equals 8 blocks in the overworld, making the journey much faster. The Nether, of course, is the wasteland of the Minecraft world. Filled with hostile mobs and harsh environments, it's extremely dangerous to traverse across the hellscape, and is just about the worst possible place you could ever build your house. But thanks to one of the most famous glitches in the game, there's actually a way to safely build a base in the Nether. You see, unlike the overworld, which nowadays has a height limit of 384 blocks high, the Nether's height limit is much lower at 128 blocks, and once you get close to that height, you're faced with a ceiling made out of scattered bedrock blocks. Across all versions of Minecraft, players have found a way to literally get on top of the world by glitching through this solid bedrock layer. One of the easiest glitches for this that to this day has still not been patched is extremely simple. First, players must reach the Y level 127 in the Nether to ensure that the bedrock layer above them is only 1 block thick. Then grab a ladder to reach the top and throw the ender pearl at a specific angle. And there you go, now you're on the rooftop. Once on top of the bedrock ceiling, players are free to do whatever they desire on the seamlessly flat and smooth landscape. One of the most popular uses for the Nether roof is massive mob farms, especially gold farms, which work at insane rates on top of here. Even with just a very simple build, these massive gold farms can spawn piglins that acquire you over 9,000 drops per hour. And what's so awesome about Nether roofs is that players can pretty much build any type of Nether farms up here with ease. Gas farms can also be built on top of soul sand valleys, while still on top of the Nether roof, as a very safe, cheap, and easy way to farm gunpowder and gas tiers. But before you go on top of the bedrock ceiling, remember to bring obsidian and flint and steel for a portal back, otherwise you'll be stuck there eternally. Unfortunately, this glitch does not work at all for bedrock players, as the height limit is hard-coded into the version, which means that even if players got on top of the bedrock layer, they would not be able to build anything. But moving on from rooftops in the Nether, let's descend back down to the ground and shift our focus to something smaller, yet arguably much more game-changing. And this glitch isn't about where you can go, but what you can get. Of course, I'm talking about item duping, a glitch that players seemingly can't live without, and for that reason exists on every single version of Minecraft. We all know that in Minecraft, there's nothing quite like the feeling of finding a super rare item, yet truthfully, none of us like grinding the same stuff over and over again. Throughout different versions of Minecraft, players have gone to extreme lengths to perfect the craft of item duping, finding ways to do so on absolutely every single version of the game. The history of Minecraft duping goes way back to the in-depth version of Minecraft in 2009, which, to put things into perspective, was back when the game was limited to a single player, there were no hunger bars, the game had an actual NPC, and there was no sprinting whatsoever. In this version, duping was very easy. Players just dug a 1x2 hole hole and added a 2x2 wall by the hole. Then they had to throw their items out at a very specific angle while facing the wall. Players would then be able to throw an infinite amount of blocks that they were holding. In the following year, players found many different ways of duping in the alpha version of Minecraft. There were 3 ways to dupe that all involved chests. The first way was an extremely simple dupe which involved hovering an item in the inventory GUI when players opened and closed the chest. The item would fall onto the ground, but another copy would stay in the inventory. The second way was to place items in a chest, then go to a nether portal and stay on the chest GUI screen. Once players reached the nether, the chest GUI would still stay on their screen, and players could easily take things out without actually losing them in the overworld chest. The third way was to put a chest at the build limit, then players placed a sign on another block at the build limit. Doing this would crash the game, and once the dupers headed back inside of the game, another copy of the items would stay in their inventory. Moving on into Minecraft Beta Edition, numerous duping methods were also discovered, with the most well-known one being called the piston dupe. It involved a rather simple redstone contraption, and with the press of a button, the piston would keep pumping the blocks out like an infinite money glitch. These 2 glitches, however, were just the start of many item duping exploits to come. With more and more updates to Minecraft, you would think that Mojang would patch up most of the duplication glitches, but you'd be completely wrong. With the introduction of shulker boxes in 1.9, players could dupe items at a groundbreaking speed as long as they discovered a reliable duping method. And they did not need to wait too long either, because in 1.11, one of the most overpowered duping exploits was discovered, named the donkey dupe. Players simply got a donkey down to half a heart, then pushed it through a nether portal with lava on the other side in the nether. The donkey would die to lava, but the items it was carrying in its chest would be dropped and duplicated. With shulker boxes and a massive donkey breeding farm, dupers could get thousands of sets of OP armor and god apples within a single hour. This dupe was patched quickly by plugin developers, yet it was later also found that the same method could be applied to llamas as well. In more modern versions of Minecraft, once a brand new dupe was publicized, it could be patched within a week, and to make full use of this new dupe, players would install modded clients, scripts, or auto clickers to speed up the duping process. Any duping would have extremely destructive effects on economy-based Minecraft servers such as Skyblock or SMPs. Popular Minecraft YouTubers such as Salsi1, Duper Trooper, and Horizon have been hunting down pay-to-win Minecraft servers by duping precious items such as crate keys and distributing them to other players. It was truly a foolproof way to destroy a server's economy, as the only way to undo it was through a server reset. In fact, there's an entire Minecraft community on Reddit that's dedicated to busting these pay-to-win servers. Apart from destroying the economy through duping, these players also take advantage of Minecraft's vast array of glitches in order to lag out servers and sometimes even permanently shut them down. But unfortunately, there's no way for me to dupe my YouTube subscribers. Please subscribe.